So let's talk about Broken Arrow with John Travolta and Christian Slater, which recently celebrated its 25th anniversary this year. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Joel, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1996 action thriller Broken Arrow, released by Fox, directed by John Woo, and written by Graham Yost, starring John Travolta, Christian Slater, and Samantha Mathis. Now, this film's main themes include the theft of 2 American nuclear weapons, the attempts of U.S. military authorities to recover them, and the feud between the characters Travolta and Slater play. Well, the film was a success, despite the film kind of got a mixed response, but nevertheless, it's still a pretty cool flick. I'd seen this maybe a time or two, but I recently watched it on Prime last month, so let's get into our story. Major Vic Deakins and Captain Riley Hale, pilots in the U.S. Air Force, are assigned to a secret exercise flying a stealth bomber with 2 B-83 nuclear bombs over the western United States. After successfully evading Air Force radar, Deakins suddenly attacks Hale and ejects him from the plane. Deakins releases the bombs without activating them, then reports that Hale has gone rogue. He ejects from the plane, leaving it to crash. A USAF team led by Chief Master Sergeant Rhodes is sent to find the missing warheads, declared as a Broken Arrow situation. The search team eventually locates the warheads in a canyon, but is ambushed by mercenaries. Rhodes tries to disable the warhead, but is killed by the only other search team survivor, Master Sergeant Kelly, who is serving as a mole for Deakins. Deakins arrives and plots his next move with Pritchett, the mercenaries' financier. They plan to blackmail the U.S. government with the threat of detonating the warhead in a populated area. Hale, who survived the ejection, is arrested by Park Ranger Terry Carmichael, that's Samantha Mathis, who had been investigating the unusual events in the park. He instead convinces her to help him track down Deakins. Deakins' mercenaries commandeer a USAF search and rescue helicopter to kill Hale, but he and Terry manage to bring it down, and the loss of the helicopter forces Deakins' men to continue in Humvees. Hale and Terry carjack the Humvee with the warheads, escaping to a nearby abandoned copper mine, where Hale starts to disable one, only for Deakins to reveal via radio that he has programmed it so that Hale's attempts to disarm it will cause it to activate it. Hale and Terry take the armed warhead down the shaft where the mine is deep enough to contain the nuclear blast. Before they can bring down the second warhead, Deakins' team arrives and secures it. After a gun battle deep in the mines, Deakins shortens the countdown of the armed warhead while leaving Hale and Terry trapped. He then destroys the keypad so nobody can stop the device. They escape via an underground river just before the bomb detonates. The bomb's nuclear electromagnetic pulse disables an approaching NEST helicopter nest, but that's in capital letters, allowing Deakins to escape. But he then kills Pritchett, having grown tired of his complaints and for straying from the mission plan. Terry and Hale track the mercenaries to a motorboat used for transporting the warhead down the river. While trying to steal the boat, Terry is forced to hide on board, while military forces rescue Hale. Hale deduces that Deakins intends to use a train to transport the warhead. Colonel Max Wilkins decides to disobey the orders in order to help Hale. Stowing on the train, Terry tries to sabotage the warhead, but is caught by Deakins, who arms the bomb. Catching up on a USAF helicopter, Hale saves Terry before Deakins can throw her off the train. and a gunfight ensues, wounding Wilkins and causing the helicopter to crash, and most of the mercenaries die in the aftermath. Okay, now to the ending, the final act. Well, the rest of it anyway. Now you know the procedure. You got 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below to avoid ending spoilers. If you've seen the movie, continue on after the 5 seconds. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Deakins has prepared a remote control that can either disarm or detonate the warhead and gets ready to depart the train on his own helicopter. Hale's sabotage of the helicopter's fuel pump causes it to explode, leaving Deakins and Kelly stranded with the ticking bomb. With his plan falling apart, Deakins decides to shorten the countdown timer out of spite. Kelly refuses to die and holds Deakins at gunpoint, demanding that he disarm the bomb. Hale sneaks up on them during their standoff and kicks Kelly out of the boxcar to his death, then engages in a gun battle with Deakins. Terry detaches the section of the train containing the bomb, but gets into a shootout with the engineer. The latter is shot and falls on the train brakes, allowing the detached boxcars to catch up at increasingly higher speed. Deacon still has the remote detonator, so he forces Hale to drop his gun and challenges him to a fistfight. Hale eventually overpowers Deakins, acquires the remote detonator, disarms the warhead, and leaps out of the train. As the detached boxcars slam into the halted front half, the warhead collides with Deakins, killing him, while the entire train derails and explodes. Intense moment, huh? Hale finds Terry and the dormant warhead. The two formally introduce themselves to each other amidst the wreckage. End of story. So, what did I think of Broken Arrow? I'm going to say that was a pretty good blast here. No pun intended. Well, I really thought this was pretty good, actually. Yep. Now, I liked the direction John Woo had done. Of course, this is the guy who would later go on to direct Face Off, which also had John Travolta. I need to revisit that. I'll possibly review that next year for its anniversary, as well as Mission Impossible 2, which I will review the Mission Impossible series real soon. Anyway, John Travolta and Christian Slater were absolutely amazing in this. I liked Samantha Mathis's performance as well. It was also Delroy Lindo as Colonel Wilkins, Frank Whaley as Giles Prentice, and Bob Gunton as Pritchett, and so on. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a pretty good cast. Well, supporting cast, that is. But I gotta say, the moments in this movie was pretty darn intense. It was kind of a surprise. Well, thing turn of events with Deacons turning against Hale and what have you. But even so, I thought this movie was a blast. The final confrontation on the train was awesome. But I liked the mine scene as well. That was pretty awesome too. Anyway, with a pretty good cast and Hans Zimmer composing the score, that makes it even more good. So I like the performances by the main cast. Supporting cast wasn't too bad. John Woo's directing was good. Hans Zimmer's score was good. So the question is, would I recommend Broken Arrow? Hell yeah! This is a blast. I said. And I gotta say, I really thought this was pretty good. We do have it on video cassette, but I never took the time to even watch it. I never even caught it in reruns on TV. I should have, but I didn't. But I finally had the guts and glory of watching it, and I gotta say, it was awesome. So anyway, I don't know if I actually would consider it a first time watch. I think I've seen it before years back, but I might be wrong. But anyway, Broken Arrow, you gotta check it out. No matter what they say. So, what are your thoughts on Broken Arrow? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of coming to America, the Eddie Murphy classic, in order to promote the brand new sequel coming to number 2, America, which will be premiering on Prime. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these other action-packed flicks and what have you, or stuff like that. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Quentin Tarantino's first movie, Reservoir Dogs. The upper right-hand corner is my recent review of Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange. Or if you'd like, just some pretty darn good stuff and what have you, or just to catch up with what you might miss, what's coming up, go to the bottom left-hand corner for what's to come on my channel this whole month and what I got last month. The bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.